Hello, in this video, I'll show you how to install ImoutoRebirth. For demonstration, I have created a clean virtual machine and you can watch the process of installing the application on the screen. Under the video, there will be links to the GitHub page and instructions. First, let's download the latest release. A link to it can be found in the right column on GitHub. In this case, it is 4.18.1. Download the exe file. This is a self-extracting archive. For convenience, I'll move it to the desktop. Launch, click in detail, run anyway. Once launched, it will extract the contents into a folder nearby, which will contain our installer. Next, launch the PowerShell. Right-click on the Start button in the taskbar and launch the PowerShell as an administrator. The first command will allow scripts to run. By the way, you can paste text into PowerShell by right-clicking. Then go to the folder with the installer, copy the remote to it and run the next cd command. Now we can install the dependencies necessary for the application, copy and execute. You will need to wait for a while. Runtime and Postgres will be installed. If you already have your Postgres, then you are an advanced user and do not need to install it now. A little later I will show the configuration. This is where you can change the connection strings to your own. Well, for everyone else, we install dependencies. You will need to wait a few minutes. Installation takes some time. In the video, I will speed up this process. Done, we can check that everything has been installed successfully. To do this, open the Task Manager and find Postgres in the services. If it is running, then everything is fine. Dependencies are installed and before installing the application itself, we need to give it an initial configuration. Go to the folder with the installer and open the configuration.json file. In it, I recommend filling in your accounts in Danboru, Sankaku, Yandere, if you have any. This will make tag pulling and other features of the app work better. You can also create folders for the first collection of images, added to your favorites. Images on Danboru and Yandere will be downloaded there. All these settings are optional, the application will work without them, but some features will not be available. For demonstration purposes, I will create fresh Danboru and Sankaku accounts. If you have your own, then of course use them. I'll show you how to get the data you need and how to fill out the configuration. And also create folders for the collection mentioned above. Let's start with the collection. I will create it in the documents. You can come up with your own folder structure. For me, it will be a collection of art. Next to it is source. This is a folder where you can save your images by hand or automatically, and ImoutoRebirth will process them and move them to the collection, in this case to destination. The source folder itself can be divided into subfolders and different configurations can be assigned to different folders. We will do this later, after installation. Copy the path and paste it into the configuration. Also, you need to remember to replace the slash with a double slash. This is unfortunately the JSON configuration overhead. And now I'll create Boru accounts and fill them with configuration data.
This is my
In the case of Danburu, you need to go to your profile, scroll to the bottom and click View next to API key. A window will open where you can create a new API key, select everything and permissions, click Create and copy. For Sankaku, you don't need any key, just use a username and password. Remember to save the configuration file. That's it, now you can install the application itself.
I'm a smarter baby, smarter, smarter baby, smarter. 하늘 보면 열까지 깜빡했어 떨어지. Wanna be a winner, wanna be a winner. Yeah, let's play 때까지 난 나비가 될 애쓰니. 원하는 건 승리란 놈. I call it sugar, my sugar, sugar. 플랜대로라면 놓칠 리가 없지 내 sugar, sugar.
Installed, now we can check that the app is working. To do this, open the Task Manager, go to the service and look for the ImoutoRebirth service set. 6 services are working, everything is successfully installed. We can also see where the program files are. They are located in Program Files, Imouto. Here are the folders of individual services, our configuration file, which we filled out. For future updates, it will be used, and that template in the installation folder will be ignored. Here you can change it if some parameters change in the future. After the change, you will need to call install update again. This was our last step with PowerShell, and it will reinstall the app using this new config. The config that is in the installer folder will not be used if there is a file in the folder in Program Files. A shortcut has been created on the desktop, it can be pinned to the start and used from there. Well, that's it. The installer itself can now be removed and the installation video is complete. In the next video, we'll run Imouto Navigator for the first time, configure the collection, and I'll show you its main features. Thank you for watching. I wish you happy picture saving.